Episode 4. Boy, this episode's really difficult. If you were having a hard time before, this is where you're going to have a really hard time, because this level's super fast-paced, and there's just stuff happening all over the place. Which is kind of what I said about level 3, but it's better this time. I don't know why. Anyway, back there was the route. You gotta stay near the top right at the beginning to get the best route. Happens pretty quickly. It's really easy to miss. And if you do opt for the best route, well, you're gonna have a pretty challenging route to be on, if I do say so myself. Because see how there's stuff happening all over the place? Yeah, that's pretty much how it is the whole time. You really gotta pay attention to what's going on. And in this level, you also have to look behind you quite often. If you find that you're getting shot out of nowhere, it's probably stuff behind you. Like, 99% of the time. And right here, hope you saved your berserk attack, because all these, well, good luck hitting them all without it. It's like I said in a previous episode, rationing. I like these flying fish things. They're, I don't know, they're kind of cute. I can't really see a face on them, but I like them. What if they're also just, like, bikes, though, with little people on them? I don't know. Anyway, here's a fun trivia that I keep forgetting to mention. God, I can never, like, avoid getting hit with that. Anyway, the language, actually, that the people speak in this game is not Japanese, and it's obviously not English. It's actually a made-up language, specifically for this game series. It's called Panzerese. It's based on various languages. I'm not sure what exactly. I know Latin's one of them. It's pretty cool. I like when languages are created just for one thing. It really gives like an authentic feel to things. As long as you don't throw in random English words in there. Like in Star Fox Adventures, they've made up this language that sounded really cool. Ah, God, can't avoid those. They made up this language that sounded really cool. But then they would just have like random, completely English accent phrases in there, and it's like, okay, you really expect me to believe that's part of their language when it sounds nothing like the rest of it? Sure. And once you see these things hanging from the ceiling, you know you're about at the end. Thank God. This level's really tough. It's really hard to get above a 90% on this level. And just be speedy. Take some memorization too, honestly. I had to re-record this level quite a few times to get the good percentage without dying. And this walkway is where our next boss is situated. Yep. I like to call him Giant Fish Monster. Because, again, I don't know what his name is. I only know the names of, like, 2 things in this whole game, honestly. And this is the first boss that kind of changes up the strategy a little bit. Homing lasers are sometimes good, but I recommend using the blaster more often, because when he jumps out of the water, he's gonna try to attack, and as long as you can keep him at bay with enough shots, then you won't get hurt. See, right here, I tried homing lasers, but it's not quite enough to send him back in the water. And I managed to shoot down all the shots, but still, you want to be safe, especially when you're as low of health as I am at this point. When he's ducking under the bridge, you can prepare homing lasers while you can't see him, and then just release him once he jumps up, and then shoot him normally. It's a pretty good strategy. Eventually, he's gonna feel like, well, this isn't working. I think I'm gonna try something else. So he goes under the bridge. It's pretty cool. And then he just friggin' destroys it. That's it. Anytime he's out of the water, you really want to focus on hitting him, because while he's underwater, you can't. Your shots will just act like water is their kryptonite and just won't work. And at this point, you want to try not to make direct contact with him, because direct contact's a really good way to die. Yeah. start shooting up these, like, purplish pink things. Don't shoot them. I know it's really tempting to shoot these, but don't. Because if you don't, they'll just kind of float off. If you do hit them, they'll turn into homing lasers at you, and that's bad. So, just kind of avoid those. And try to focus on just shooting him when he comes out of the water, but without, again, shooting the pink things. And then he shoots these lasers. Avoid those. They do a lot of damage. They're kind of hard to avoid. Just keep moving. That's the best strategy for that part. And right here, I'm like, oh, what's he doing? Oh, he's gonna flip and hit me and almost kill me. So I'm like, I'm just gonna use my berserk attack. I don't even care at this point. But then he goes underwater, and the berserk attack does not work while he's underwater. Nothing works. And I don't know what these are supposed to be. They, like, shoot globs at you, but they're not really that big of a deal. And it's at this point where he starts to repeat his pattern. So, you're not missing much, even though I have him already dead. There's nothing, like, that he had surprises in store for you. Sometimes I can't speak English very well. Anyway, you can lock onto his head while he's dying. I think that gets you more, like, actual points. I don't really know what the purpose of that is otherwise. But just hang in there, keep doing what I did, and you should beat him no problem. Or, well, minimal problem. And then you're treated to a lovely giant explosion with a beacon sort of effect. It's nice. And at the end of this level, if you have at least 15 total points, at the bottom there, you transform into a special type of dragon that you will only turn into under those conditions. It's called the Brigade Wing. It's pretty nice. And that's the end of the episode.